Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher. And man, I really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel to spend some time with me and watch the video today. Big thank you for me and my family there. Guys, today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite September lures. I have about half a dozen of them that I really like, but one of my favorite lures to use in September, which is, in my opinion, one of the toughest months to fish, and also maybe a little bit into early October, is this Megabass Flap Slap here. This is a flat-sided crankbait. You guys have heard me talk about this a little bit, but I really wanted to go into today's video is how to fish this specifically in the month of September and October, and the type of structure it works good on, the type of water clarities, because it'll catch fish when nothing else does. That's like, if you like to fish a crankbait in the month of September, which is a really good lure choice, this thing, when under the right set of conditions, you can't beat it, because the fish will just bite it better than anything I've ever thrown. Also, guys, I just want to invite you real quick to please check out our Fish the Moment lake map breakdowns. You guys have heard me talk about this a bunch, but guys, if you are struggling on the lake you fish a lot, or you're going to a lake that you don't know much about, these are great tools to get some good fishing spots right off the bat where you can go straight to them, put them in your GPS. We give 40 GPS waypoints, tips and advice how to fish each spot. And we got them for all 4 months of the year, but if you guys are wanting to go fishing this fall, I'd just like to invite you to check them out, and I'll put the Fish the Moment lake map breakdown link in the description. These are maps I build specifically for Fish the Moment, so much appreciated you guys checking that link out. Okay guys, here we go. This is the Megabass Flap Slap. If you're not familiar with this, it's a flat-sided crankbait. I usually fish it like on 12-pound test Seaguar and Vizex fluorocarbon. It'll run down probably about 4 feet deep with 12-pound test line. It's a silent bait. It's got some fixed balancers in it. It doesn't make any noise, which is another I think it's a real important part of fall bass fishing with crankbaits, is to have a silent crankbait, because bass are very aware. They're very skittish. They've been fished for all year. And I think a silent bait works really good. And guys, main thing, it looks just like a shad. It's literally, the profile of this thing is like exactly like a threadfin or little baby gizzard shad. And that's one of the reasons the bass like them so much. And also, guys, I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description to the Flap Slap link. If you guys would like to order one, you can use that link to pick one up there. Okay, now the main thing about this, besides the bait, is talking about the areas and the conditions it works good in, because that's the main thing about it. Now, there's 2 times a year that I like to fish the Flap Slap. One is during the pre-spawn. It's probably one of the best pre-spawn lures for fishing over grass beds you can ever have. If you guys got grass that's just coming off the bottom, these things are killer in the pre-spawn. And the other time is this time of year, September, so really from about late August into mid-October is when the time frame is on this. This is probably one of the finest baits that you're ever going to fish in the fall time of the year for fishing rocky banks or riprap. So if you've got, flatter banks specifically, I like banks that are, probably a little bit flatter than like a 45-degree angle. It can be gravel, it can be clay, it can be bigger rock, whatever, but some type of a deal where your boat is in like probably 5 to 10 foot of water and you're making a 25 or 30 foot cast to the bank. So a fairly flat bank with rock on it is going to be good. And the other structure is a riprap bank. Any type of riprap, bridge riprap, dam riprap between boat docks, wing dams, anything like that. Wing dams are great for this thing. If you guys fish any of those like river lakes in Arkansas, it's a killer bait on any type of wing dam. So when you have that type of rock structure and you have the correlating water visibility of, say, anywhere between 1 to 2 feet is perfect for it. Ideal condition for a flap slap, water visibility about 1.5 feet is probably would be my ideal situation. 1.5 feet of visibility, rocky banks, riprap like that, this thing is a freaking killer, especially on a highly pressured lake. If you guys fish a lake that gets a lot of fishing pressure and they see a lot of lures, those fish are wanting to be shallow this time of year. There's a population of the fish, or a percentage of the fish, that they're naturally want to move into shallower water. And when those fish start to move up on those shallow rocks, I don't know if there's a better bait than this flap slap, man. It will catch them better than anything. And how I got on it, let me tell you a little story about this. I've been fishing it for a lot of years. Megabass has had this for probably about 10 years now. And in the past, I pretty much relegated it to fishing pre-spawn with it. I didn't try it hardly any other time of the year. And I was fishing down at Grand Lake about probably 7 or 8 years ago in September. And there's this one rocky bank there they get on every year. It's a flat rocky bank, water visibility again about 1.5 feet. And this bank's always got fish on it. So I usually fish like a square bill crankbait or something, like some type of a shallow crankbait on it, maybe a spinnerbait, something like that, top water once in a while. And I was actually fishing a tournament that particular day. And I'd made a couple passes down through this bank and caught a couple decent fish, so I know they were using it. And I started to make another pass down there, and I just happened to have a couple flap slaps in my boat just from, the box that I had it in. And I said, I don't know what the heck, I'm going to try this, because I could see shad flickering shallow up on the bank. There's a lot of those little dark shad schools that were real up on top. I put that thing on down there, guys, and I caught a limit on the very next pass that I had just caught 2 on the first pass. So it was probably about a 100-yard section of rock, and basically just throwing it out there with those shallow rocks and just some type of a medium retrieve with it. Letting it bounce the rocks in 2 to 3 feet of water. And they just never seen it. The combination of the flat side and the quietness of it and the correlating water visibility, they just gobbled it up. And there's a lot of different colors that I use, guys. This is one of my favorites right here. I think they call it this, even though it looks like a Tennessee shad, I think they call it a clown. But you'll just have to look on that Tackle Warehouse link I put in the description. There's a bunch of good colors in there, and they're all good. I mean, I've caught them on, a bunch of different colors. You can see my flap slap box. I got so many of them here, a lot of different colors there. But anyway, it's just a bait that a lot of people don't fish in the fall time of the year. You will catch them on it. So just give it a try, see what you think about it. I think it's going to help you all out. So anyway, hope you guys catch some fish on it. We'll talk later.